Good morning to all of you. We begin this morning's class with once again a quick revision of what we done yesterday. Yesterday we done the production function, which is the functional relationship between the physical input and the physical output of a commodity. That is called production function. Then we learnt about the short run and the long run. The short run refers to a period of a time in which a firm cannot change its fixed factors of production. Only the variable factors can be changed. And in the long run, it refers to a time period in which a firm can change all the factors of production. Okay, in the long run, all the inputs are variable, and therefore the distinction between the fixed factors and the variable factors will disappear with the long run. Today we will now continue with the basic concepts of production function. Write down the heading: basic concepts of production. The basic concepts of production. That is total product, number one. Number two, average product. And third, marginal product. So first is total product. Second is average product. Third, marginal product. First, total product, also called total physical product, TPP. Total product or TPP, total physical product. It refers to the total volume of a commodity produced by a firm with given inputs during a period of time. PP in the context of average product, AP. PP in the context of AP, that is average product, is the average product multiplied by the units of variable factors employed. So in context with AP, TP is equal to, here I will say AP multiplied by, let's say, one of the variable factors. If land is the variable factors, you will write L. Otherwise, AP multiplied by the variable factors will give you TP. This is in context from AP. In context of MP, in the context of MP, MP is marginal product. TP is the summation of marginal product. So here TP is equal to summation MP. Now all these will come handy while we are doing the numericals. When we are calculating TP from AP, TP is equal to AP multiplied by L. What is L here? Land, I am assuming, which is a variable factor. If you don't like the word L, you can write variable factor. And when we are calculating TP from MP, TP is the sum of MP. So summation MP. Next, average product AP, also APP, also called average physical product. Average physical product is the per unit product of a variable input. It is obtained by dividing the total product by the units of a variable factor. So AP is equal to TP upon the variable factor, in this case L. So AP is equal to TP upon L or TP upon the variable factor. Third is MP, marginal product, or MPP, marginal physical product. Is an addition to the total product when an additional unit of variable factor is employed. In other words, marginal product is the change in total production due to application of one more or one less unit of variable factor. Symbolically, it is written as delta TP upon delta L, that will change the total product upon the change in the variable factor, or MP is equal to TBN minus TBN minus 1. where TP stands for total product of the n units, that is TPN, and TPN minus 1 stands for total product of n minus 1 units of the variable factor. This will come handy when we are doing the numerical parts. So these are the three basic concepts of production: TP, MP, and AP. TP, AP, MP. Now we will do the relationship between TP, MP, and AP. Relationship between, heading is relationship between TP, MP, and AP. First, I will draw a schedule which will make copies. Fixed factors, let's say we have land. Okay. Then we will have variable factors. The variable factor is, let's say we have labor. Then we will have EP, AP, and MP. Land, we will have so we have the fixed factors, which is land. We have 1 acre of land, and on that 1 acre of land, we are employing the variable factors, which is labor. First, we employ one labor on that. We are able to get the total production of 10. Let's say this is in units. We are able to get, these are all units. It reads like this: on one piece of land, if we put to work one laborer, he would give us a total production of 10 units. When we increase it to 2, it goes to 30. When it goes to 3 laborers, it increases to 60. When we put 4 laborers, 80, 5, 90, 6, 90, then 7, it starts going down 80 and 60. How do we find AP? AP formula is TP divided by the variable factors. TP divided by this 1, 10 divided by this, it's 10, 30 divided by 2, 15, 60 divided by 3, 20, 20, 5 on the 5, 5 4, 5 is 40, 6 on the 6, 6 5 are 30, 7 on the 7, 7 ones are 7, that is how much? 11.4, and 8 into 60 would give us 8 sevens and 5 are. So AP is calculated as TP divided by the variable factor. MP, how was MP calculated? TPN minus TPN minus 1. So TP is 10, n minus 1. Now TP becomes 30. 30 minus n minus 1 is 10. 30 minus 10 is 20. 30 minus 60 minus 30 is 30. 80 minus 60, 20. 90 minus 80, 10. 90 minus 90, 0. minus 10 and minus 20. Okay. So what will be given to us? TP will be given to us. From TP we can find out the other variables. Or if MP is given, from MP we can find the other variables. That is the numerical part we will be doing later on. But now what we are doing is showing the relationship between TP, MP and AP. What do you see in TP? Initially, TP is increasing with an increasing rate. What do you mean by increasing rate? Directly from 10 it becomes 30, 30 becomes to 60. Then after that 60, it should, if it was increasing, it would have become 120 where it doubles itself. But here it is increasing at a decreasing rate. After this point it increases but at a decreasing rate. Then after some time, a maximum point is reached and then from there it starts declining. Maximum point is reached and then it starts declining. This is the TP. TP initially increases at an increasing rate, then it increases at a decreasing rate. It reaches its maximum and then it starts declining. Now let us convert this into a diagram. On the x-axis, what we take the units of labor, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the variable factor we are taking. Labor. And on the y-axis, we will take the 10 TP. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, maximum is 90. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. What is this we are taking on the y-axis? We are taking TP. Now let us plot it. One labor, 10, put a dot over here. 2, 30, go up straight. Please use your scale, pencil and double keep handy. 3, 60, 3, go up straight, 60 here, put a dot. 4 is 80, 5, 90, 6, 90, 7 is 18, and 8 is 16. 8 is 16. On joining these points, okay, we can bring it down to the point of origin, that is 0. This is the TP curve. Initially, TP rises very fast up to here. Then it rises at a decreasing rate. It reaches its maximum. After reaching its maximum, it starts decreasing. It starts declining. Similarly, let us plot the MP curve. I'm here. X, Y, variables 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 28. MP, what is the maximum over here? Oh, not much, it is up to 30 only, so we can take space 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, 40. This is my MP. When labor is 1, MP is 10, labor is 2, my MP is 20, labor is 3, 30, labor is 4, 20, labor is 5, 10, 6, 0, then 7, minus 10, below this, minus 10, minus 20, minus 10. So when it is 7, it is minus 10, that is over here, and when it is 8, it is minus 20 here. Join the points. This is your MP. So now based on these two, TP and MP first, let us see what is the relationship we are getting. Have you drawn this? Please use a pencil, scale, keep a rubber or a eraser handy with you. Draw the diagram properly. The diagram is drawn from the schedule which is given. This is the labor x-axis. We will have to stop till here, children, because the time is over. The next class is scheduled. The relationship to this, we will give it to you tomorrow. Okay? However, please complete this diagram if you have not at home, and be ready for tomorrow's class. Tomorrow's class will be a continuation of this. Okay?